In a small village nestled in the hills of ancient Greece, there lived a wealthy merchant named Demetrius. Known for his vast riches and luxurious lifestyle, Demetrius believed he had everything one could ever desire. Yet, despite his wealth, he felt an unshakable emptiness within. No matter how many treasures he acquired or how many lavish feasts he hosted, true happiness eluded him. One day, an old wise man named Leonidas arrived in the village. He was known far and wide for his wisdom and teachings on the virtues of life. Intrigued, Demetrius invited Leonidas to his grand home, hoping to learn the secret to happiness. Over a simple meal, Demetrius confessed his emptiness to Leonidas. "I have everything I could ever want, yet I feel a void inside. I do not know true happiness," he lamented. Leonidas listened intently and then said, "True happiness is not found in what we possess, but in what we give. The joy of life comes from sharing our blessings with others." Puzzled, Demetrius asked, "But how can giving away my wealth bring me happiness?" Leonidas smiled and suggested, "Why not try it and see for yourself? Find someone in need and share your wealth with them. Observe how it changes their life and how it makes you feel determined to find the answer." Demetrius set out the next morning. He wandered through the village until he came across a poor widow named Eleni, struggling to provide for her 3 children. Her home was in disrepair, and they had barely enough food to eat. Moved by their plight, Demetrius decided to help. He provided Eleni with enough money to repair her home, buy food, and start a small business. The transformation was immediate. Eleni's children had smiles on their faces for the first time in years, and Eleni herself glowed with gratitude and renewed hope. For the first time in his life, Demetrius felt a profound joy that no amount of gold had ever brought him. The act of giving had filled the void in his heart. Inspired by this newfound happiness, Demetrius continued to share his wealth. Helping other villagers in need, he funded the education of orphan children, built a well for clean water, and supported local artisans. Word of Demetrius' generosity spread, and the village began to thrive. The people, once struggling and despondent, were now flourishing. And with each act of giving, Demetrius' own happiness grew. Years later, on his deathbed, Demetrius reflected on his life with contentment. He realized that the true measure of his wealth was not in the gold he had hoarded, but in the lives he had touched and the happiness he had spread. The legacy of Demetrius lived on, not as the richest man in the village, but as the one who discovered that ultimate happiness comes from giving. His story became a timeless lesson that true fulfillment and joy are found not in what we keep for ourselves, but in the love and generosity we share with others. In the end, the village remembered Demetrius not for his riches, but for his heart. And through his story, the wisdom of Leonidas echoed through the generations. To find ultimate happiness, give freely, and you will receive far more than you ever imagined.